The Timberwolves obviously got eliminated by Luka and the Mavs last year, and that was a really fun series. I got to cover that one, guys. And now Anthony Edwards. I love what we were talking about earlier in this series with Dan, just about the spotlight and how, with the Lakers, it's always LeBron and now Luka, and they're always in the spotlight. But you got a guy like Anthony Edwards. He's got the it factor, Jalen, and I'll start with you with this Timberwolves team. And do they have what it takes, this year to actually get a little bit farther, you think, or are the Lakers going to be too much for them to handle?
The headline is the Lakers for all of the reasons we know. But as I look closer at this matchup, this is going to be a lot closer. It should be a lot closer than they realize, because the Timberwolves embody positionless basketball, and they have a lot of size. So we see Anthony Edwards, his physicality, his ability to handle and play above the rim, but he also led the league in three-pointers made. Normally, the guy that's playing above the rim like that isn't knocking down the most threes in the league. And then so the size of Rudy Gobert, the scoring ability of Naj Reid and Julius Randle. See, they're going to make LeBron play defense. And if Jackson Hayes gets in foul trouble, the Lakers get a lot shorter up front. So if you're Minnesota, you got to try to dominate the paint and dominate the boards and see if you could be more physical than the Lakers, in particular up front.
Okay, and with Luka and LeBron, are we going to see just this playoff duo that everyone's kind of been amped up about since the
we
trade?
get a chance to see. I mean, if we're looking at them as individuals, two of the high basketball IQ talented guys with the basketball in our league, I think for them offensively, they're going to be off the charts. To me, it's going to be not just defensively, the little things. Can those two guys go crack back and box out Naz Reid, Julius Randle, and Gobert? Can those two guys, if you had to switch and go get that 50-50 ball in that situation? We know they have guys around it that will do it who play hard, and Finney Smith, but you have two guys that are really not known for that right now because of LeBron's age, because Luka just doesn't give that type of effort defensively or all the hustle points. So if they are going to come out and LeBron's going to set the tone rebounding, maybe defending at spots, then they definitely can win this series.
Lakers got eliminated in the first round by Denver last year, so we'll see how far they go with the 113-ish points, 112. And they're going to have to defend Anthony Edwards and this Timberwolves team if they want to advance in the series. With that, we're going to bring in Dan Weike. He covers the Lakers for the LA Times. Dan, thank you so much for being here and spending some time with us. So to start with this, towards the end of the season, we saw the trio, if you will, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James. Are we going to see a different playoff version of those three unleashed to start this series?
Well, I think they kind of found something maybe over the last 5 games of the regular season. The offensive numbers with the three of them on the court weren't as good as you might have expected. They were actually for a stretch being outscored as a team together when those three were playing. That's flipped. They have started to figure out how to play off of one another, and it's what you sort of would expect, actually, because they're both, all three actually, in addition to being really highly skilled offensive players, are all really, really smart. And given time, given opportunity together, they're starting to find the cracks where they can really exploit defensive, the situations where they can put each other in advantages. It's a really potent trio offensively. And I think it's part of the reason why they're such a confident team right now is because they know that, if it's not Luka's night, LeBron can get it going. If it's not LeBron's night, Austin Reeves has shown the ability to get it going. They just have a lot of firepower when it comes to winning one-on-one matchups. And that's a lot of what playoff basketball is.
And Dan, whatever happens this season will forever be known as the ultimate trade of Luka coming to the Lakers. So I know people are excited to see what they're able to do in the playoffs. But talking about Minnesota a bit, they obviously have some threats offensively. But for Anthony Edwards, who do you see maybe having the task of guarding him?
Yeah, it's not going to be like one flat out, like, we've got a wing stopper and we're going to put Tony Allen, on Anthony Edwards. The Lakers don't have that. It's going to be a mixture of people. It's going to be a lot of Rui Hachimura. The Lakers like his size and isolation defense, but it's going to be Austin Reeves at times. It's going to be Jared Vanderbilt. It's going to be Dorian Finney-Smith. One of the Lakers' strengths on defense is their versatility. And I think the most important thing you can do against a guy like Anthony Edwards is you just have to mix up your pitches, especially when you don't have, to stay on the baseball metaphor, like this overpowering defensive basketball. They don't have that guy. So what they need to do is they just need to throw a variety of coverages, a variety of different skills at him, and hope for the best. They guarded him pretty well this regular season, for whatever it's worth. And I don't think that's worth anything, to be totally honest, because, I mentioned Luka, I mentioned LeBron, I mentioned AR. That's why this series is so exciting to me, is you have another huge game player and Anthony Edwards, guys that love the stage, guys that love the spotlight. And there's going to be a ton of spotlight in this series, and it's going to be really exciting.
Oh, absolutely. And I know it's a best of 7 series, but game 1 sets the tone. So what is tonight going to come down to?
I think just sort of rhythm. Are the Lakers able to get into an offensive rhythm? They've been off for over a week. For an older team, just valuable days of rest and recovery for LeBron, for Luka. I think, but what Minnesota does better than anything else is they disrupt you. They've got ball pressure coming at you from all sorts of different angles. They've got wings. Their bigs are great defenders. Can the Lakers find the mismatches? Can they get Mike Conley in situations they want him to be in? Can they get, Julius Randle or Rudy Gobert away from the basket and use their speed and quickness to get in those matchups? And can they get out and run and play fast? If they're able to do those things, I think they can win tonight. If they're not, it's going to be just like a classic, 1995 style, really, really gritty basketball game. The type of stuff that Jalen and Smitty used to get after when it was first to 75 wins, that beautiful game.
The type of playoff basketball we know and love. Dan, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Have fun at the game tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Tips off at 8:30 Eastern time tonight. It's the last game of the day. You can see what the Timberwolves have done this season defensively too. So it is really going to be a battle, especially defensively, and who can lock up some of those offensive stars. Let's go ahead and listen in to Coach speak with Stan Van Gundy.
Watch how he manipulates and devastates.
Oh my goodness! From a different stratosphere.
Yes, Shea down the lane, got up to the rim, got blocked by Edwards, got the block.
Defense, offense. And throws it down.
And still with it, holds, takes the dribble, launches the shot at the buzzer and hits it. Unbelievable shot.
The kid is amazing.
As the playoffs approach, the Minnesota Timberwolves are peaking at the right time. Their strong finishing kick is due in large part to the two-way proficiency of their superstar, Anthony Edwards, whose prolific three-point shooting and stifling defense has helped propel his team back to contender status in the loaded West. There's 2 things that make Anthony Edwards unique. Number 1, he floor. Number 2, he doesn't hide. Here, Zion Williamson isolates him, he strips him, and takes the ball the length of the floor for a dunk. On this next play, we see that he's going to be matched up with LeBron James. Again, Anthony Edwards never hides on the defensive end. Edwards circles behind, gets the steal, and again, takes the ball down coast to coast for the dunk. This one, again, a great two-way play, but a little different. Edwards gets back in transition. He gets in the gap to provide help here for his teammate. And then on the pass, deflects it, then gets out and fills the lane. Mike Conley gets him the ball, and he's in for the layup. Edwards is just as versatile offensively. He can handle the ball like a lead guard like he does here. Coming off Gobert's drag screen. He comes off, they give him a little too much space. He's become one of the best high-volume three-point shooters in the league, and he knocks it down. But he can also play off the ball. We see him here starting in the left corner. Now he's going to run the baseline and come off of 2 screens. First off of Julius Randle, then off of the switch, he comes off Gobert, fades back, gets his feet set.
Lần lượt từng mũi cho đến hết. Tiếp nha mọi người. Mũi tiếp theo. Mũi nữa này. Tiếp tục móc nhá. Đấy, còn một mũi cuối này là sẽ xong cả hàng này. Tiếp nha mọi người. Nối vào đây. Đây mình móc vào nhá. Được rồi. Được một cái chuỗi như thế này. Để làm đồng hồ thì sẽ cần cái khoảng này nó phải rộng hơn nhé. Nên là mình sẽ móc thêm một hàng nữa gấp đôi độ rộng lên. Móc vào đây. Móc luân phiên từng mũi cho mình. Tiếp tục móc xuống nhé. Mũi nữa. Đấy, mình sẽ móc vòng quanh như này nhé. Tiếp tục nha mọi người. Mũi tiếp theo. Mũi nữa này.